Welcome to Wormhole Watch, the weekly show on my channel, Duke Devil 95, where myself and three other guys watch Deep Space Nine. We've been watching from the beginning, and we have reached the 20th episode of Season 1. Yes, the season finale, titled In the Hands of the Prophets. Vedek Winn, a candidate in the race for the Open Kai position, stirs up trouble on Deep Space Nine when she attempts to boycott Keiko's school for not teaching Bajoran religious beliefs. That's just one of the plots going on in this episode. In addition to meeting Vedek Winn, played by Academy Award-winning actress Louise Fletcher, we also meet Vedek Bareil, played by Philip Anglum, who also becomes a prominent character in this series. There's also a murder mystery going on, tying somehow into this whole plot. Like I say, it's the season finale. It ends a lot and sets up a lot. But don't just watch us watch the show. Go watch the show yourself. You can find it on various platforms. See if you agree with us. And as I always say, there's good Star Trek out there. Go watch good Star Trek.
It's the wormhole at full impulse.
Is this a Bajoran heavy episode?
Well, this is actually the season finale of season 1.
Let's go.
We've made it all the way through season 1. And yes, this is going to be a Bajoran heavy episode.
And nobody's died on this panel. That's crazy. Nobody's killed each other.
Not yet.
Why would we?
I mean,
well, I had to fight three of you. I had to fight all three of you last week. Brad was the only one slightly who was like, "Oh, he's got a leg to stand on," and then you kicked my other leg out from under me.
All right, so
in his brain.
This episode, like I say, is Bajoran heavy. It's called In the Hands of the Prophets. It is the final episode of season 1, and we are introduced to a very significant character in this show.
Ooh.
So, and it is a Bajoran character.
Uh-oh.
So certain to be Hitman's favorite character.
Well, I've got to play my part as the Cardassian apologist, according to Head Harry.
Do whatever you want, dude.
Neela told me.
Did she?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh.
She's terrific.
Say you're walking into a trap, brother.
Keiko, you're a
Yeah.
bitch.
Typical
Bitch
woman
on the
tactic.
D, and she's a bitch on the 9.
Kira's no better,
It's the first stable wormhole known to exist.
unlike Kira's emotions.
Shots fired.
And everyone pauses to look at someone who's walked in.
Safely guided through the passage by the hands of the prophets.
Oh boy. This is gonna get fun. Now we're gonna have the conflict of science and religion.
You have
She
no
kinda-
idea what you have no idea what's just started. You have no idea.
Do you know who this actress is?
No.
No.
She passed a couple years ago. Her name was Louise Fletcher.
Not ringing a bell.
She won an Academy Award
What?
in 1975. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, she was
That's Nurse Ratched.
Oh shit.
That's
We're in trouble
Nurse
now.
Ratched.
We're in trouble,
Who?
people.
Who's that?
She's gonna lobotomize Jack Nicholson. Laura, run away.
Science.
You are opening the children's minds to blasphemy.
They could
So,
have
yeah.
picked
This
a
is
better
gonna be-
actress.
This is really going to be a tough episode to get through already. She's annoying.
Well,
Well,
for
it's
once,
the-
I'm
it's
gonna
that-
agree with Hitman. Vedek Winn
Yeah.
is
This
a
is gonna
bitch.
be. Well, isn't this like they love in different TV series? They love pulling this little trope out every so often of the whole, like I said,
Mhm.
the conflict of science and religion, and it's gonna be very. I don't know how to just put it
yeah.
other than just being very pompously annoying, especially from the religious side of it.
But she's a thug.
Also, this is,
I
this is
feel like
1993.
I feel like she's going to play the religious political figure
Oh,
here.
you are right. This is all politics.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
all politics.
More politics than religion.
Yes.
Bajoran religion is politics
Yeah.
in a very real sense. The character's name you will learn is Vedek Winn. Vedek is her title. Remember how there was Kaiopaka?
She like a cardinal.
Yeah,
Essentially,
that's
yeah,
probably
just-
that's
yeah,
probably
no,
appropriate.
yeah.
Yeah. Vedek is like a cardinal,
Uh,
so she's not the Bope, the Bajoran Bope.
A confrontation like this was inevitable.
The teacher has dishonored the celestial temple.
is anybody else getting like Sydney Opera House feels with her hat thing?
Oh,
I was trying to place where that looked kind of familiar, but I see that. Yeah.
The side of Goku's head. Literally
Yeah.
Sydney Opera House.
Or a weird, like, kind of crustacean looking shell or something. It's weird.
It
That's
actually
literally the
matches-
Sydney Opera House. Like turn her head sideways. That's literally it. Same construction and everything.
kind of matches the ridges though. So
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's literally identical. Like, pull it.
Oh.
Anyways. That's how stupid.
so yeah, I
these
think we all
words
see
are.
where this episode is going.
Yeah.
I'm picking up traces of organic material.
Uh-oh. Somebody got melted.
It's been pretty well cooked.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Oh, he's a Bajoran. The old
I like-
Bajoran trope.
For sale. How would you like a jumja?
Miles,
I just like how O'Brien is denied a Jumjaw stick, so he just grabs the guy by the shirt. It just give me the popsicle, damn it.
He's hungry. He's been working all day. I mean, he fixes the whole damn ship.
I've just been hearing many wonderful things about your wife from the parents, children.
What?
Oh, sorry.
Wait, who was that? Adam or Hitman? I didn't see who's that.
That wasn't me. That wasn't me.
I'm sorry, I'll
I could
contain
see you
myself.
doing it though.
I'm just not.
No,
buying into it.
I'm holding myself back here because I don't want to spoil anything.
I know.
Ah!
Please,
He
Adam,
apparently is
don't spoil
excellent.
anything. She's a snake in the grass. I'm calling it right now. This Sydney Opera House wearing hat lady is a snake in the grass. She's out here like, oh, you know, I forgive you, blah blah blah. She's literally a viper. Literally a viper.
She's playing politician.
if she
I'm
was-
agreeing
if-
with Hitman on
Listen,
this.
if she was a WWE wrestler, her finisher would be called the Cobra. Santino.
There
Santino
actually
Morello?
was a finish. Yeah, Santino Morello.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say, is that
Santino
Santino?
Marella. Yeah, he had
Yeah,
the
he had-
Cobra.
You put the sock on the
Yeah.
hand.
The most
Yeah.
devastating finisher in all WWE.
See, now I know you're.
That aside,
Now I know you're insane.
Well, Mr. Socko was pretty bad too. I'd rather take a sock in the mouth than listen to this Pope.
She's not the Bope.
Sorry, Cardinal.
She's a cardinal.
I've tried to be reasonable.
She's a G bag.
But she offered
She's-
an olive branch.
She's slimier than a loogie.
You just saying that because she's Bajoran?
No, absolutely not. She's slimy.
Okay.
She'd be slimy if she was a Ferengi. She'd be slimy if she was a Klingon. She'd be slimy if she was a Romulan.
yeah, because all this comes off as she's playing the politician. It comes off as disingenuous, and she's just. It's all for the public attention. In the way I'm viewing it, I can't. I'm trying to be nice.
She's saying this
but
she's saying this stuff in public, and then in her room, she's like, I want to kill her, nuke her, send her to the imaginary labor camp.
The imaginary labor camp.
You don't think she's? I mean, you watch this before you like when you like. No, she's disingenuous. That's probably
Of course
accurate
she's-
represent-
Of course. I mean, the whole presentation is disingenuous. I tried to be reasonable. I want to point out the stick huts that Bajorans are living in that Hitman talks about. Look at this Ramble Shack City.
That's not Bajor, is it?
The
This
matte
is Bajor.
painting.
It's a matte painting. Of course, it's a matte painting. No, it's an actual picture of Bajor.
Doesn't look
from
like
the Hubble
Bajor.
telescope.
Doesn't look like Bajor.
This is
There's no
Bajor.
There's no huts. There's no tents. Where's Tent City?
Where's Tent City?
Still filthy. Look,
Filthy.
look at that.
He still finds a way. He still
But-
finds a way.
Body of water thing. I'd rather.
I was waiting for a different comment, and he didn't make it.
What would you think I was going to say?
That the Cardassians built it.
Well, that probably, if this is in fact Bajor, they probably did help build it because they were living in tents, living in huts.
You had a moment there. You could have. Oh.
Vedek Winn.
I understand my friend Vedek Winn has brought her blessings to your station.
What's your impression of this Vedek so far?
This guy, I mean,
Yeah.
he's kind of.
Well, he's a Vedek too.
Yeah, you didn't get.
His name is Vedek Bareil, so he's like Cardinal Bareil.
Well, from already when he's talking about removing the whole like ear thing, I'm guessing he's kind of the more progressive type for the the religious sect of Bajorans here.
Like Vedek Winn's probably like Catholic, and he's like Lutheran.
That's a kind of an interesting way to put it. I mean, it's the same religion, but yeah, I mean, when it comes to Christianity, like I'm Lutheran, and we don't have all the strict constructions that Catholicism does.
now.
Yeah, I mean, we don't have confession.
It just seems like this is interesting. It feels like there's a power vacuum here now that the Kai's no longer
And
Kai.
everybody's vying for control. Yeah.
It's like it's very it's kind of like Pope Benedict. Like he stepped down, so the Kai stepped down, and now there's a power vacuum, and now there's this political play on words, if you will. Like one wants the power, and this guy doesn't seem like he necessarily wants it. But if he did get it, things would be completely different than what this crazy old kook is trying to. I don't know.
And remember that Kira said that in the first episode that Kaiopaka was the only one that could unite, the bickering factions. So what you're saying is accurate in the sense of politics and religion are very much tied together on
Kaiopaka is like Pope John Paul in a sense.
That's probably a good analogy. It's probably a good analogy.
And now we're seeing all the major players for the squabbling factions, I'm guessing.
If the prophets will it, someday I may be Kai, and I can be a better friend to you then.
See, this is exactly what you're talking about with the politics and everything.
And he comes off a lot more disarming and friendly too, which makes him a little more sneakier. Like I'm not trusting him either, because like you said, there's power vacuum going on with all these Viveks, and they all want a piece of the pie. So, but he's now appealing to the authority of the certainly of the ship, not as for the whole Federation, of course, but certainly for Deep Space Nine.
No, but I bet you he would if it guaranteed him his the role as Kai. He would been to the Federation if it meant votes. Well, I guess they don't technically votes, maybe. But.
I don't know about that, but like he's snaking away. He's
Adam, you are uncharacteristically quiet right now.
He has to be quiet right now, and I know why he's being quiet.
Brad understands. If I start talking, I'm gonna spoil like 3 or 4 seasons of shit. So I have to be quiet right now. Unfortunately, I can't. This is.
I understand what you mean.
Season finale. There, a lot is being introduced right now, and I can't talk about it. I have to let you guys just talk. I can't see anything.
Well, we could be drawing the wrong conclusion,
and that's for you.
Fine.
And that's for you to find out to be wrong later if you are.
See, and I know how to play everything.
Brad just knows how to. Brad just knows how to egg us on just a little bit and keep us going in these lines of conversation.
Brad is the moderator. I'm color commentary. So I mean, if I can't like jazz things up and like move it around.
I'm Jim Ross.
Yeah,
that's Jerry Lawler. That's how this is.
Yeah. He
mean,
put Kira in front of Adam, and there he goes. He's screaming puppies.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Like this whole little dead body situation is kind of really secondary in this episode.
It really is. But at the same time, I'm guessing they crossed paths at some point.
A directed energy discharge from a phaser? Set to kill.
Uh-oh. Got a murder on the station.
Yep.
What else is new?
Secondary plot, murder.
I'm almost just wanting that side of it. Just because the religious nonsense is a bit much sometimes.
What was he doing at a runabout at 4 a.m? Apparently, he was getting murdered.
Savage.
What a delivery. That was great.
This is one of the things you really gotta like about the way Rene Auberjonois plays Odo. It's just so matter of fact.
Yeah.
It's like unaffected. It's just apparently getting murdered.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he did it with snark.
Yeah.
There was a hint of that, yeah.
But the thing is, Odo doesn't. I don't know. Does Odo intend it to be snarky? I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah,
I think right there. He's
maybe.
like, what are you, stupid? He died.
He's probably like, if Odo, like, bless your heart.
Oh, it was like Golden Cot said an episode or two ago when he was talking to. No, it was last episode, wasn't it?
Yeah, he's talking to Odo.
Yeah, he's talking to Odo, and he says, Odo, as always, a blunt instrument.
Yep. That's Odo.
She looks guilty.
What?
Are you saying that because she's Bajoran?
No, look at her face. She got a guilty
Is it
face.
because I paused right like this? She looks guilty?
No, she looked guilty before.
Neither.
Ugh.
Is she flirting with him?
Maybe.
Careful, O'Brien. Careful, boy.
Remember in the beginning of the episode when he was talking about learning about jump sticks, and Keiko's like, "Hey, just keeping your toes, O'Brien."
The spiritual types love those Dabo girls. This is not.
Thank you, Quark, for making light of the situation. We needed this.
Lecherous little Ferengi.
Keep your ears open.
Are you kidding? That's the 7th rule of acquisition.
Oh,
Rule of acquisition.
Keep your ears open. Gotcha.
Keep your ears open. 7th rule of acquisition.
Prudence. The school.
Oh no, Keiko. No.
Damn, man.
I could hear him. I could barely hear him in the background.
I know.
It's like, oh no, Keiko.
No. I'm not jumping to conclusions, but Jordan's like terrorist at heart.
Adam's like, oh no, the school.
Oh no, did Keiko blow up? I feel so bad.
Keiko,
oh no.
Keiko ain't going nowhere. So
yeah, that is a Sydney Opera House.
Absolutely.
Yeah. See it now.
The emissary holding me responsible for this act of terrorism?
Yes.
Oh, you Bajorans know terrorism quite well.
Wait a minute. That came from Fracture's mouth, but it sounded like Hitman.
I wait for my moments to strike.
Be a real shame if she's the one who orchestrated all the murder and the bomb. Won't put it past her, but
You won't put it past her.
no, she probably carries
a
the bomb
holy
in her. She probably carries the bomb in her hat.
Right. That's right. Hat bomb.
Hat bomb. Uh-oh.
I was
Our
waiting.
plucky engineer can't be trusted either.
What
I
is
now
your
have
problem with
some
the fact-
suspicions.
You now have suspicions. Okay.
I saw the little head nod between her and the crazy lady.
And Vedek, she's not a crazy lady.
Who?
She's a holy woman.
Hey, she's speaking crazy. Next thing you know, she's gonna
Vedek
be charging up those electrodes and frying some brain cells.
Well, just because she played Nurse Ratchet doesn't mean that she's necessarily going.
You don't
to
know that either. She could be.
Well, actually, I
gearing up for
do
it.
know what's.
I know
happen.
you do. I'm just having fun with this. God.
But from a narrative standpoint, that was terribly done. the
Yeah.
whole look, I was like, well, shit. Just
gave herself away.
Yeah.
But if I go through with this now, I will be caught and executed.
You two-time and double dipping.
Can't trust them Bajorans.
I would just like to point. I will
hold on. Go ahead.
I just wanted to say that I'm good waiting for all apologies from each and every one of you. I'll accept apologies.
Thankfully, she's a lousy shot.
Yeah. And how that second phaser blasted and hit someone else.
He did it all to kill him, to stop him from becoming Kai.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for you meddling kids.
Blah, blah, blah.
Protecting your celestial.
Gosh.
They're having a nice moment.
Someone call the ambulance.
It's a nice moment.
Playing on the world's smallest violin. Hear that?
Oh boy.
Hear it?
Oh boy.
Let's go.
Where the hell is everybody? I know it's late, but come on.
Apparently everybody
they're in the
five.
It's in the middle of shifts.
Everybody took 5. They're like, you know what? We're going home. we got Bajoran terrorists bombing schools, religious fundamentalists all behind all this shit. We're taking a break. We're done for today. Freaking done. They all went to Quarks.
I went to Quartz for drinks.
Yes, they needed something.
Let's just gamble some Dabo. Let's play Dabo. Forget it. So, all right. So Adam's going to be very careful in his commentary, but yeah. So obviously we had a hell of an episode last week. We all rated it very high.
Probably the greatest episode of the whole season.
I will admit it is the best episode of the whole season, above even the first one. So now we end now, but the thing is, I don't think we could have really ended the season with that episode. This ends the season. This ends season 1. This is 20th episode.
What's the cliffhanger?
It ends season 1.
They ends it on a cliffhanger because now you don't know what happens with the whole the whole murders cardinal, and you don't know. There's still a vacuum. There's still a power vacuum. It's not been
thankfully filled. There's a season 2 coming.
I know, but I'm saying it ends on like, well, who fills
there's
this
questions?
Vacuum? Yeah.
Right. So actually, it sounds like you're talking first instead of Fractured this week.
No, Fractured go first. We can't break tradition.
I can't break tradition now. Like I said, it started out with the whole initially religion versus science, but it quickly broke away into more of the political intrigue and what was going on with the infighting of the I forgot what the hell they're already called, the Vedeks and everything, the power vacuum and stuff like that. So that at least made it a lot more interesting and a little more tolerable, because I would have just wanted to shoot myself if they kept on with the whole. I couldn't stand Vedek Winn. Like, I was ready to space her.
Wow.
Because like Hitman and I have had the conversations with religion and stuff like that, but when you get people like this, when they're just so fake and you just wanted to throttle them, and it's just the especially holier than thou attitude and everything else that comes along with it. It's like, I piss off.
What else? Anything else, Roger?
I mean, I guess I was correct that eventually the whole murder plot line did intersect with everything else going on. And what a shame, poor O'Brien lost a good assistant, and so now he's left to fix the whole station by himself again.
Yep.
But otherwise, it does do well. It's for like it is adding questions. I mean, it's a good thing they got a second season because it certainly would have been a pisser if this was it.
Okay, so this was we noted in the beginning was a Bajoran heavy episode. We didn't really talk much about labor camps, or as Hitman likes to call them, education facilities,
Job fairs.
Job fairs. But what did you think, Hitman?
Well, first of all, I just want to state for the record that I will accept my fault. I'm sorry, my bad. I apologize. Forgive me. There's a copious amount of different ways you all can apologize to me, and I will accept every one of them because this is exactly what I've been saying. They're all like this episode paints the Bajorans as I've been trying to communicate for 19 episodes. They're shysters. Absolutely just disreputable, disingenuous, scummy, slimy heathens and terrorists. Oh, well, no, they're not. Well, we saw a terrorist. Well, that's not her fault. She was indoctrinated. Well, hold on. She's indoctrinated.
He's making his own counter arguments against himself and arguing them against himself. I'm not even saying
indoctrination. So if this Kai, this future wannabe Kai, is brainwashing her, what do you call them?
You mean
underlings? Winn. Yes, the wannabe Kai Winn is brainwashing this, acolyte, if you will. Who's to say the whole Bajoran race didn't? Brainwash them for hating the Cardassians and making up this. I'm not even gonna touch it. This episode, they're shysters. They're slimy. They're creating this facade of religion. They're using religion as this vessel to gain power. It's very slimy.
I will agree with your statement that is what Winn is doing in this episode.
Yeah.
And it very just I didn't, and listen, it's not because I didn't trust her just because she was Bajoran. I didn't trust, just take the little cheese grater off her nose, you still wouldn't trust her.
And you don't even know she was Nurse Ratched.
No, I didn't.
I couldn't really see her so well.
All joking aside, I'm very it just shows how much I think personally the Bajoran, how much disarray the Bajorans are in after the whole Kaiopaka, stepping down or doing her own thing, and the fact that Kira says that this one person is the only one that can unite them, whether it be from a prophetic standpoint or a charismatic standpoint or whatever the thing is, she feels like she's the only one that can do it. And then we got these two yahoos, and I will say that she is far more slimy than the guy. I didn't like the guy. I thought the guy was a shyster as well, but he was less, I think he was probably less shystery than her. She just was, there's something about her, man.
He knows how to play the game a bit differently.
From the opposing side, I guess she's playing offense, he's playing defense, if you will, So I'm curious to see what happens if this power vacuum continues. But it's very interesting that they do not establish a Kai in the first season. After you would think it's such an important role in religion, so essential to the Bajorans to be in think of it like this. Conclave usually lasts until they
it was
find a pope,
2 or 3 days this time.
Right. But it's this, and we don't know the timeline, how many days or in between.
We did get a timeline here. They've been on this station for 7 months. They said that.
So 7 months. So
there's been no Kai for at least 3-4 months right now.
Yeah, and that's a long time. This isn't. I would assume the Kai is kind of like the prime minister, or the president, the leader of the people. maybe.
Well, the religious leader. Remember, the thing
yes.
is, a Bajor, I would say, is more of a religious state than a secular state, which is why they kept saying, your godless federation. Federation
Yeah.
is made up of different faiths, and obviously there are people who are. Roddenberry, of course, didn't talk about it much because he was, humanist or whatever he was. I don't know if he was atheistic or not, but there was the idea of God and everything, but it was made up of different religions.
You're saying that Roddenberry, you don't know if he was religious at all?
I don't think he was. I think he was more of a humanist, my recollection. But yeah, God never heavily figured into Star Trek. Other
Which is
than
very
the sense
interesting
people
because
believe in God.
right?
Yes,
but that's interesting
exactly.
because this is so heavily, at least this. I mean, God was mentioned, obviously next gen, but not to this extent. This is like this. This is so
a
heavily
theistic
focused.
society.
Yes.
Yes.
Which is very interesting.
And the fact honestly, you are on point with saying, like they haven't got a bope yet. We're just going to say bope because it's more fun than saying Kai. There's no bope yet. But that also shows you how much division there is in finding this individual.
Right. Yeah.
In the back.
So it begs the question. It's like, are the people so, I mean, and again, we don't know, or at least I don't know, is it the Vedics that vote, or is it people that vote?
It's
like
the Vedek assembly. It's like a conclave. It's a Vedek assembly. They mentioned the Vedek assembly.
So they're so divided that they can't even decide. I would assume each person thinks that they should be Vedek essentially, and nobody's going to come to it.
It gives you an idea of the divisions on the planet, because before, remember they said, Kai Opaka was the one who could unite them all. They recognized her. So, like you're saying,
she must have been a special.
Yeah. I mean, I think there was someone said an analogy to John Paul II. I think that's a completely accurate analogy. John Paul II, who I believe is now a saint, recognized as a saint, is one of the major figures in the Catholic religion.
Yeah.
So this shows you that there's so much division in the background going on. And as Sisko is saying, I'm not just here to like protect your borders. I'm trying to help you guys come to the Federation. He's doing more, and it's difficult for him to do it because there is this division. It's like this is the theistic side. Bringing in a truly theistic world to the Federation is difficult from the Bajoran perspective.
I'm getting the vibe that, like, okay, so like in next gen, it was the Klingons and the Romulans, right? And I don't know if next gen really focused on one specific race or over the other, but it seems like this show, and again, I'm just speaking from season 1, seems like the Bajorans and the Cardassians are like the focal point of this whole show. I could be wrong. Maybe it changes, but in next gen,
nope. Yeah. This is, and at that point, with what you're saying now, let's hand it over to Adam, who may have some statements to make.
Okay. Once again, I will be talking with hindsight. One does not know at this point in time, when you're watching season 1, the massive bricklaying that's going on with this episode. And you are kind of right when you say the season finale has a little bit of a cliffhanger that you don't know what happens to Winn. Well, next season starts off with a bang, and stuff happens.
So you get arrested.
We get another massive guest star to start next season to kick off.
Oh boy!
Oh yeah!
Boy.
Massive guest star, fantastic choice. Now, what's going to happen here is this: you have to understand the introductions of Vedek Winn and Vedek Bareil are intrinsic. One, because it is the purpose of the show to make us understand the importance of Bajor, the wormhole, Bajor's entrance into the Federation, the problems they're going to have, this and that. And also, we got for the first time in, I would say, 10 or 15 episodes, we got some Sisko. We got some Sisko work here. Sisko and his uncomfortableness with being the emissary. That is something they barely addressed this season, and they're going to. It's something now that the door's open for that. Now that we've got Bareil and Winn there, because Winn's going to call him emissary all the time. just to get under his skin because she knows he doesn't like it. And we're now going to watch Sisko go through a plot arc about being the emissary. This is the beginning of it. But they've ignored it for a whole season. Now it starts. And then you have somebody like Bareil, who a little bit of a bro. He can talk to him. He can have a good conversation. And Bareil not only is important for that, but Bareil is important in terms of being a figure to a connective tissue to a lot of other characters right now. So this is now setting the stage. A lot of important players are introduced, and that's what this episode was. It may not be as impactfully powerful as last week, but it's intrinsically more important than last week, with the players now in place, the politics, the religion, the idea of the wormhole aliens, the prophets, Sisko's relationship to being the emissary and being a Starfleet officer. It's all now being put into place. And now they're going to be moving these pieces. You're going to watch the next season. They're going to start moving these pieces around the board. And you're going to see the, for lack of a better term, a checkmate begin to happen in terms of people becoming things, accepting things, and evolving.
Well,
it's going to be fascinating. It's going to be fascinating for you to watch it.
There's like, to Brad's point, so there's division within Bajor, but there's even division within the DS9, because people, and which was like, it's one thing to have it amongst the people, but now you're bringing your divisions within the society of the station, which is, so.
Don't remember at the beginning, Kira said she supported Vedek Winn to become Kai.
It's kind of like a church versus or the separation of church and state, but it's not existent on the station.
And I don't think it's not to me going to be a spoiler, but you will see Winn and Bareil appear again because
I'm assuming that
you need to have this story told.
Probably they're running mate. Well, not running mates, but probably running against each other, I would assume.
Yeah, it's like Trump and Kamala.
But what I don't understand, if the guy, what was his name, really quick, Vedek
Bareil,
if he was the top candidate, okay, never mind. I think I answered my question. Never mind, disregard.
There's
she was trying to kill him. So, but the Winn was trying to kill him, so she's second place, so she would get first.
Well, she was presented as an unlikely candidate, and Bareil right now is the leading candidate.
So she kills him, she becomes.
Well, she doesn't necessarily become the leading candidate, but she eliminates an obstacle in her way.
It's very religious of her.
This is very old school religion.
This is like Spanish Inquisition.
Yeah, I was going to say it's like, I was going to say like Game of Thrones.
It's very Borgia.
If you can't beat your opponent at the ballot box, and just take him out via assassination.
Adam, anything else? Oh, as just to the episode itself.
The episode itself.
Before we throw down that.
Well, I mean, the episode, it does an excellent job of weaving plots A and B. You don't realize the B plot is essentially the A plot as well until the final moments. Mm-hmm. And it's one of those times where, okay, there was no secondary story that we're just plotting along to fill in there. No, everything mattered in this episode. You just didn't know it, or you started to put the pieces together and realize. So, well-constructed episode. Just about everybody had a moment in terms of being a part of the show. It's the first time this season where we weren't missing anybody.
Bashir had a minor role.
Yeah.
Although we didn't see Nog in school.
So. Nog doesn't count yet. Count yet. Not like Nog and Rom don't count.
Oh yeah, he was kind of MIA, huh?
Well,
I dislike the obviousness of how they basically pointed out that Neela was the one behind it so early. I'd preferred it if she had just showed up in the temple, and rather than have that exchange, the eye look.
Yeah, the eye exchange.
I think it would have been better if she just showed up at the temple. I think narratively that would have been better from my perspective. So, anything else anyone has to say?
I really just don't like the Bajorans.
No kidding.
Yeah, I think we got that.
Okay, guys. It is a season finale, season 1, Deep Space Nine, in the hands of the prophets. Let's go to the Dabo table and put some Latinum out there. Chief Fractured Filter, how do you rate the season finale of season 1?
It comes after such a strong episode after last week, and I think it's a bit of a detriment to it because while it's laying out a lot, it feels like a bit of almost like I'd hate to say a step back, but it's just not quite hitting that peak. For this one, I'm gonna go 7 on this one. Still good, so very good. It's just some of those other things, those little annoyances, just kind of bring me down a little bit. So that's where I'm landing on this one.
Jay Hitman, what do you got on your Latinum?
I mean, I agree. Like you're not going to top last episode with Goldar Hill, which is probably the patron saint of all ghouls. I probably agree with that. I agree with Fracture. I'll go 6.
Okay.
6.5.
6.
Well, we don't do. Sorry, we can't do slips. Just 6.
Just 6. I mean, if you want to, 6 is fine.
Okay.
Adam.
6.
Oh, I'm with Fractured. It's an even 7. It's not an outstanding episode, but the knowledge that this whole thing is setting things up, and of course, I am playing with foreknowledge here. I love it that we've got Winn in play. Belial is a great character, and we've now they finally pushed Sisko to the forefront again, and we're gonna get Sisko stuff going forward. So it's a 7. It's a solid way to end the season, especially if you know what's coming.
Yeah, I think I gave Emissary a 7 as well when I first rated this, and I'm giving this episode a 7 as well. There were some points in it that were a little cringe, a little slow-mo at the end. I was like, yeah. Like I said, I thought the reveal of the mean, nasty, bad engineer was a little too early.
I agreed with you. I think it should have been in that temple. Like that's how they.
Yeah, narratively, that was problematic.
Yeah,
but it really does show you really where this show is going. And this is, again, like we said before, this is very different than the episodic episodes of Jesus Christ. The episodic nature of Next Gen and even original Star Trek.
Yeah.
Planet to planet, planet. We are dealing with a society. And this really also shows the tensions on the station. It's not just about exploration of the galaxy. It's about trying to bring Bajor into the Federation, which was Sisko's mission when this started. So really, if you think about it, this directly ties in to the first episode when Picard says your job is to get Bajor into the Federation. And now we're having the episodes like, this is a major obstacle. He's trying to get around it. He's trying to bring them in, but there's going to be problems because they're not going to necessarily want to be in the Federation. They love having the protections, but do they want to be part of the Federation? Will they ever be part of the Federation? We have 7 seasons, guys, and we just finished the first. So, yeah.
Wow.
We finished the first season, 20 episodes, down and in the bank. And next week, we start season 2 with an episode I believe is called Homecoming. And we will get a major guest star in that episode. Major guest star. I don't even want to say his name. Adam knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Oh, yeah.
And just so you know, it is a 1-hour episode, but season 2 starts off with a 3-episode arc.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. So we're going to have cliffhanger. So.
Oh, that's going to be torturous.
Overall, though, for the new guys, do you liking what you see so far?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think I said it at one point. It's like there would have been a point I might have. I was sticking it through just to see at that point because I think once those really rough episodes were happening, I'm like, well, I think I would still just try and see it through. But there was another part of me where I was almost like, you know what? This is just too
Hopefully,
crazy.
this is the end of bad episodes. Hopefully, they got their
Unfortunately, there will always be bad episodes,
I was
especially
gonna
when you
say,
have 25, 26 episodes a season. But we have in my opinion, 3 episodes I think you will find very enjoyable coming up in our initial 3-episode arc, season 2, and we will start next week with season 2, episode 1, Homecoming. Until then, you can find all of our links down below. We appear throughout various live streams throughout the week. Adam's working on a goal to get his butt down here for a week of hell in Orlando. So go watch his daily dive. Was it the Daily Dose or Daily Dive?
The Daily Dive, the Double D's, where the
Double
audience is
D.
in control.
Yeah, go watch it and give some donation because we want to torture the hell out of them. But otherwise, as I say always, questions, comments, witticisms down below. Click all the good buttons. We'll see you guys next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.